I thought I'd try a different angle today. And we got a little work area here. So today's project is this bad boy. This is my number one. It's an Aria Pro II STG-004 STG-series. I've had this guitar around 20 years. It's a beautiful to play. Over the years I've made some upgrades and gone backwards and forwards. Right now it has two Seymour Duncan designed single coils and a Seymour Duncan SH5 custom in the bridge, which has pretty much been there almost its whole life. The tone pot, the volume and tone pots have been changed. The switch has been changed because that eventually died. And I have roller string trees on it. Other than that, the tuners are stock still. This is the stock pickguard. It used to be white and it turned this beauty parchment cream color. It's awesome. I've upgraded the block. That's a Fender Mexican block and Fender Mexican saddles. They're the wraparound saddles. This guitar needs an overhaul again, and I've also got a whole bunch of new stuff here, as you see, that I'm gonna try at the same time. So it's kind of a review of products plus getting the work done on this. I have some fretboard stuff. This fretboard doesn't really need it, but I will be sanding it. I got some scratches here. I'll do close-ups with a different camera later. I'm also going to do the frets because I've got some fret stuff here. So that's the guitar. We might be changing these saddles out, going back to what I had in here before. Not the originals, but maybe. I might put the originals in. I might put a different set in, just so, because these screws here are really sharp, and I always hit them. So I might take those Fender saddles out, and yeah. So that's the guitar. We're gonna be doing fingerboard, frets. That's also the original nut, if you can believe that. And there's a wiring issue, so it needs I need to take it apart and probably end up rewiring it. I had a problem with the soldering iron before and kind of made a mess on some of the pots, and I cleaned it up and then something came loose again. So right now there's no sound coming out. We're gonna fix that. So while we take it apart, we'll do this, put it back together, and then we'll hear it. At some point I'm gonna put the original pickups back in it. You'll see this again. We'll do it with original pickups. You'll see with these pickups, and then I have another set from Iron Gear that I had in here. They sound amazing in this guitar. I'm gonna put them in here and we'll do a video with that too. But first things first, so let me show you what I got and what we're using today, and we'll get to it. Okay, so here's some of the things I've got new and some of my old stuff. This is what we're going to be using today. So let's start out with this. This is a neck rest from MusicNomad. I didn't know these people existed until recently, and I'm very pleased to have found them because this stuff is amazing. Not that I haven't tried this yet, but starting with this is great. You can put it in all different positions, store your tools in it, different heights, different angles. I needed one of those badly. Now I have one, and it's a good quality rubber on it. Everything sturdy. Yes, very happy. The next thing, I suppose. Let's talk about this. I got some human-sized feeler gauges. Good and cheap. I've been using spark plug cappers, so they're just real tiny, and does the job, but they're just tiny. So and I can only get a couple strings. So with these I can go right across and definitely check. So this was new and awesome. Like I was saying in my previous video, I bought tools that sucked and I didn't trust them, and they're pretty horrible, and they've actually scratched my fretboard, as I said before. So you can see some scratches there. So I finally went ahead and bought a real crowning file. Comes in this case. It's from a company called Baroque, for us Baroque asses. And this isn't the one I wanted actually, but it's close enough. The 4th gen is flat. This is rounded, and as you can see, we got 3 different size grooves, a nice handle, nice case, feels weighty. This will be a great improvement from that other cheap thing I was trying to use and didn't want to touch ever again. So we're also going to try this out today. Next, following that up, I hated myself for it, but I needed it. I went on to StewMac and I bought myself a whole set of fret erasers. The entire set. There. So we've got 220, 400, 800, 1200, 2000, 4000, 8000 grit fret erasers. So after we level and crown, we're going to use these. Get them super smooth and glassy. And then we're going to go back to our friends at MusicNomad with this. This is the fret polishing kit. It comes in a cool little case here. And this, okay, so it comes with 3 of these for protecting your fretboard as you're working on your frets. The three different sizes, of course. You got thin, jumbo, medium. Well, that's the big one, right? With those cool handles. So that'll be super fancy. I did find. Okay, let me show you this stuff. I did find what I was using before. So, as I've said, I have this, which is horrible. That other metal piece, I threw it away because it was just junk. I was using it for a fretboard protector, but it was actually for pulling frets. I just wanted to clear that up. These are what came with that before. And these are horrible too. I've never used them because they have a really sharp edge. You can probably see that right in the center there. That is a ridge. So these are horrible. I've never used them. I could probably fix them and use them, but I don't need them now. And what else were we going to show you? So I used those. Yes. I threw the other ones away. I got this. I've actually used this a few times just for fret ends. It works. And yeah. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. We've got these. They're nice. They give us space. And after our fret work, we've got this fret polish. Shine it up. And they throw in a cloth in here too. You see the cloth. So that's pretty awesome. And all this stuff was really well priced. It's good quality. Now that I know about them, I've been seeing them everywhere on YouTube and other websites. Every once in a while I catch a glimpse of something and I'm like, hey, I know what that is. It's cool. Glad to have found these guys. Looking forward to trying this stuff out. And from what I've seen already, I will be impressed. Also from MusicNomad, when we're done with our frets, we got F1 oil for the fretboard. We'll try that today. Usually I've been using this Dunlop 65, and like I said, right now the fretboard doesn't really need it, but we're gonna put this on anyways and see what happens. And we've got some Tune It. This is lubrication for strings. You can put it in the nut, on your bridge saddles, your string guides, all of that. I haven't used the, oh, my battery's dying, so we're gonna make this quick. I haven't used the whammy bar on this very long. I keep this fixed, but we're gonna change that up too, so we can use it a little bit. We'll use it more, so that lubrication will come in nice. And as always, the one, the only, the greatest, D'Addario XL strings. So I gotta go charge the battery and we'll get to work. Okay, so it sucks about my battery, but I've got it on a charger now, and anything in the meantime, I'll just grab my phone and we'll use that. But we'll get started. So before we get started, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. I don't get I didn't get nothing for free. I bought all this stuff. So this is all pure opinion from me. And I would like to be sponsored by them if I like them, but we'll see. Let's start by getting rid of this. They also have a lot of products. Now you see this helpful tip. They have they also, MusicNomad has a mat, a guitar mat for working on your stuff. I ran out of money buying all this stuff, so I had to wait. In the meantime, I went to the dollar store and I planned on just getting a cheap yoga mat. But I found this this stuff. This is actually shelf liner from the dollar store, and it's $3.50, and it's pretty thick. It's like a super cheap yoga mat, only not as big, and it fits perfectly. I could put a bass on here and it would work out great. It's non-slip, it's soft, not that soft, but soft, and it does the job. So let's go. Let's start with our neck rest. Oh yeah, beauty. So this was worked on recently, fairly recently, until I lost my sound. So I won't be changing the strings. We're gonna take them off and save them, because I think they're still like new. But yeah, this is what I use all the time. Absolutely love them. Put them on every guitar, 9s or 10s, all the time. That's right. Okay, first, I suppose, first thing we're going to do is work on the frets. So we're going to take the strings off. We're going to save them, and we'll tape up the board, and we'll start working on our frets, and we'll try out our Baroque for Baroque asses fret crowning file, and we will try out our fret erasers from StewMac, and then our polishing kit and such from MusicNomad. I already checked these. There is a little bit of rocking in the frets, not enough for me. It doesn't cause, there's no issues when I'm playing it, and it's not enough where I need to level, I think. So I think by just giving them a good once over and crowning, it might help that even more. So probably sometime we'll go over it again. What I like is I'd like to get some radius blocks to actually do that. I don't have radius blocks. I just have a beam, so that's on the list, just so you know. So we're just gonna dress the frets today. We're not gonna level them or nothing. And here we go. We'll do this in time lapse, so we're not sitting here for a while. Alright, here we go. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the fret erasers and I'm rubbing them on the fretboard where I got those scratches, and trying to get those gouges out from the tool before. I started with my top one, 8,000. It was a little too much. I went down to 4,000. It's still a little bit too much. It is helping. I think maybe one more down and then we'll go back up and it should be gone. So we'll try 2,000. If not, then it'll be 1,200, and then we'll start working our way back up. That's the one, baby. 2,000 grit. They're gone. No more scratches. So they're not just good for frets, they'll also work for finish scratches. As you've seen, fingerboard here. Multi-purpose, these are good. I'm not happy about the price, but these are great. Very happy with those. So let's continue on. Forgot. What are we doing with this? Old habits die hard. Okay, so the trouble here is figuring out which file to use, because the bottom is not flat, so it's not, that's why the 4th generations are flat. I might have to pick another one of those up, but until I get used to using this, it's a little difficult, because all of them seem to fit these frets, and they're all kind of doing the same thing to a point, and then it goes overboard. So I did manage to get what looks like the right kind of crown on here. So I have a line, but yeah, this is tricky to use right now. I'm not gonna say much about it until I get to try one of the newer ones, but it's kind of a shame because I was really looking forward to this making nice work. I mean, it's working great. It's a diamond coated file, but it's like the grooves aren't deep enough. So it's no matter which side you use, it's flat on the fret, and if you go too much, you're shaving the top of the fret off, which is not what you do. So I did have a little bit of fret wear on a couple of these, a little dip in 1 or 2 of the frets from the strings, and it's taking those out pretty well. So we're gonna get away with not having a level or nothing. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop the camera until I figure out which of these sides is gonna work best, and then we'll do this up and come back for polishing. Okay, I just finished the crowning, and I gotta say, it was not easy. 2 of the 3, I think I said this earlier, 2 of the 3 files on this, I don't know if you can see, they look identical, so I had to figure out which one I was going to use. I put a mark on the top so I could keep using the same one, and I went over all the frets, and it did work, kind of, but between the marker rubbing off, the file, I don't know if it's actually working or not, or if the grooves were deep enough. I didn't end up with the result I would have liked to see, but looking at them, they look okay. I do see, you know, they are crowned. So I guess we're gonna try that out. Maybe next time I use this, I'll figure it out better, but for now, I can't say I'm impressed. I mean, it works good, it feels good, it seems to work okay, but having not even touched one, I can say the StewMac ones probably blow this out of the water. But maybe it's just how I'm using it, maybe it's the design, maybe the next generation that they came out with, where it's like it's a square block with these files. Maybe that's the one. Maybe they corrected it. Or why else would they make? Why would they make different versions, right? I can't say I'm not happy with it, but I'm not thrilled with it. So we'll move on. We are going to now get our fret erasers. Let me open all these up. And we'll go one by one, polish them up, and then at the very end, we'll use our kit here and use our polishing compound. And we should have nice shiny glassy frets. And then we'll oil the fingerboard, and then we're going to take it apart, fix the wiring, clean it all up, add our lubrication to the saddles, to the nut, to the string trees, anywhere the string touches really. I'm also going to use that on my Ibanez, the Floyd Rose, for the posts. I'm going to try it out there too. And off we go. Each one of these comes individually wrapped, and you can't just peel the sticker off. It's kind of a pain. Alright, there we go. So this should be fairly quick, so I'll keep you here. And we can do this. I'm going to start. Let's set these up here. Set them up so they're easy. 224, 8, 8, 4 here. So we'll start with 220. We'll go through all of them. See how it turns out. So we're gonna start up here. Just put that down. And I'm just going to do this until I don't feel it like grinding anymore. A couple times. Get a nice groove in the eraser. Does make a bit of a mess. Yeah, that crowning file, it was a little difficult to use. I expected quicker, better results. But of course it's my first time using it, so maybe it's just a matter of figuring out what it likes and how to use it. These, you can't really mess them up. They're erasers. They erase stuff. In this case, grime, scratches, dents. Yeah. 220, we are moving along here. This is good. They already look better. Gotta say. They already look better. They weren't destroyed. They weren't completely worn. I did have this in for a fret job maybe like twice in its life. The frets, these are the original frets, they've never been changed either. And I played this like crazy for maybe like, I think it's maybe 21 years now. I have the receipt for this still. Yeah. I got a guitar for Christmas. I got a JoeJitsu guitar for Christmas one year. And I played that for a while and I wanted something different. And I went into a shop and I traded my guitar and made some payments and bought this. So this was my first guitar that I bought myself. I chose it, I bought it, I paid for it, took it home, and it's been with me ever since. This is Watson, by the way. I call him Watson. Back then, it was late 90s, early 2000s. There used to be a show on YTV called Catwalk. And I don't know why you don't hear more about it. It's where Neve Campbell got her start. and the guitar player for the band, his name was Johnny. He had a Sunburst Strat, and his name was Watson. Hence, where Watson came from. I thought it was cool, not just because of that, but because it's my first. It's elementary, dear Watson. Yeah, one day, I mean, these frets are still good, but they do seem a little low to me. Not knowing what exactly the guy who worked on them did, and not being able to trust them really either, is why I began to learn on my own. So I know exactly what happened to it and what's been done. So yeah. These lower ones are good. Yeah, I can already see a difference. I can tell this is going to be beautiful. And over the years, because of the music I've played and wanting to try different stuff, and this being the only Strat that I had, for a point it was the only guitar I had, I decided, well, if I'm going to have one guitar and I'm going to love this guitar, I'm going to have to fix up this fretboard again. It got pieces of the eraser underneath the guard, and as I moved it, it scratched the fretboard again. So, what did we use last time on the fretboard? What did I say? 1200 we used? No, 2000. 2000 may fix this up. And me and Watson go way back. We've been through a hell of a lot together. Already feeling great. Wait till I get in the higher grits here. What if we could skip? Should we go up to 400 or should we go to 800? Let's go to 400. Move this down. Feel it biting in a little bit. I'm not going to go too crazy here. So we are going to clear that out. Strange the way that sits on there. So that's 400. So the way it's looking now, yeah, I can see some. Okay, we'll just continue on. Now we're 800 grit. I'm not going to bore you with this. We'll stop here. We'll come back when I get through all these grits and we're ready to put some polish on. So, see you then. Okay, we finished with our fret erasers. Check that out. If we can get some focus. There you can see a little dent still, but it's not bad. Almost went away. Now that's pretty good. We went all the way through the grits from 220 to 8,000. And that's our result. It's like glass. But we can do better. So next order of business. Yeah, that turned out awesome. Like that is fine. But I know we can do better. So next, we are going to, where is it? We're going to dip back into our fret polishing kit. And we're going to use our compound from MusicNomad. And we're going to get a mirror finished on these frets. And about these, so I only use this one. And yeah, these are great. To me, it feels a little flimsy. Like, I'm doing it hard, right? Anyways. But I just wish, it feels like they're gonna break on me. I don't know if they will or not, but I wish this metal was maybe a little thicker. It feels a little flimsy to me. But other than that, they worked awesome. No complaints. These are great. So let's get on to the fret polishing. Okay, just to show you quick, I did the first 3 frets here. And I'll try to get this as good as I can. We have a beauty mirror finish. I mean, it doesn't do much because we used 8,000 grit fret erasers, but we are getting some extra shine using our polish. So these 3 are done and these aren't. So let me see. Wish I had a better camera. Yeah, you're not really going to be able to tell. But, there you go. You see the difference? So these are done. This is not. So we do get some extra shine, but not much. But we went crazy with our fret erasers there, so I mean 8,000 grit is pretty crazy. So I'm going to finish this up and come back to let you know what's next. Okay, our frets are done. Polished to a mirror finish. Beauty. And like I said earlier, this fretboard was done fairly recently, but after the work, it is looking a little but it could do with the cleaning anyway. So This is the before shot. We're going to be using this F1 oil from MusicNomad instead of our usual lemon oil. And we're going to see how that works. So I'll bring you back and see the after shot. Okay, I don't know how this is going to show up, but here's the after. And I gotta say, this stuff is amazing. Look at those frets too. Between the fretboard and the frets all shiny, this guitar looks incredible. Let's see if I get a good, yeah, look at that. Look at that shine. It darkened up. It shines nice. The frets are popping. Literally, some of them. As you can see, they don't look like they're coming out, but some of them have raised. Well, I don't know what's going on with them, but they've always been like that. So I don't know if they've popped out or they were put in that way. And it also looks like they've been leveled that way because some of the frets in the center of the frets, it looks thin, and then the frets get thicker on each side. But everything's right. It plays right. Nothing chokes out. Nothing's hard to play. Nothing's weird. It feels normal. I've also been playing it for 20 years, so maybe I'm just used to it, but there we are. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do a fret job on it. Eventually, I want to put new frets in here, but we may as well keep going on these for now. I don't have the tools for a proper total fret job, so we're going to be waiting for that. And this will be the first guitar to receive that. So yeah, here's what we used. MusicNomad F1 oil. It cleaned. It says it cleans, conditions, and protects. And I've already seen 100% improvement over the regular lemon oil I always use. And I was looking for a replacement. I get tired of using this. This is definitely my new favorite. All the way. I can't believe that. What a difference. So, the neck is finished. What's left to do is clean it up. I need to fix the wiring and string it back up, and then we're going to use Tune It from MusicNomad. Okay, it also came with these two little applicators in the box for getting into like really small spaces and stuff, which is cool. So that's the only thing I'm going to do. I'm going to fix the wiring and then clean it up, put it back together. I'm going to put this on the saddles. It'll probably have different saddles too. I might be taking these saddles out. I really don't know yet. They might be changed, they might not. It's going to get a setup either way probably. So wiring, and then this is going on the saddles, it's going in the nut, and it's going in the string trees, and then we're going to play it. So the next time you see it, it'll be ready to go, and we'll hear how it sounds. We are back, and it's been a long time since you've seen the last video, or the last clip anyways, was recorded. But yeah, I got this all fixed up. She's all done, good to go. No problems now with the wiring. Few things from the last bit. So really looking close at the frets and better lighting and stuff. The crown file did crown nice. So the next time I use it, I'm gonna give it another chance. I did like it. I said I wasn't too thrilled with it, but I think I just gotta get used to using that one. So that's fine. While I had the guitar apart, I was talking about having the receipt for this, and yes, it's been with me for 21 years, this guitar. The neck is stamped January 1998, and the body stamped March 1998. And I bought this in 2000. March of 2000 is when I think I made the final payment on it, and it was $428 total, I think it came to. So yeah, I paid $428 for an Aria Pro II in the year 2000, and it's been with me 21 years. It has the same frets, it has the same nut, it has the same tuners, same pick guard. Although it's been through a lot of different pickups and pick guards and all that. The electronics are all different at this point because of flipping pick guards and all that, but so happy. What's next? What did I write? Yeah, I meant to show you the receipt, but I forgot to grab it. But it's $428, something like that, in the year 2000, March of 2000. So it was already 2 years old when I bought it. I haven't changed the saddles on here yet. I do still have the original saddles, which are fine. Me trying to perfect the guitar, I changed it and tried different things. It was like my modding guitar for a while. I have roller saddles that kind of match the ones I put on the headstock. But I don't know, I might go back to the originals just because I'm trying to start slowly going backwards to get it how it was. Or I might put the roller saddles on. They're flatter, they're more comfortable. These are stamped Fender Mexican bent steel saddles, and while they're great, there's usual problem there where you catch your hand on the screws, and I don't want that. The other issue with the bridge that I found is when I changed the block to the big block, I built a kit guitar, and half of this Mexican trem block went on that guitar, as well as Mexican machine heads. I put that on that guitar. This guitar, just for sentimental reasons, I kept the plate of the bridge, but I changed the block and the saddles. So the trem block that was originally on this went on the other guitar, and then that ended up being sold. And I wish I would have kept that block, because now, like, this block does take up a whole lot of space in the body here. I haven't used it anyways because I don't have a trem arm for it. Now with this block I do have a trem arm that fits, but I still never use it because it sits way too high on the body. Like, it's way up here. I thought maybe it was the trem arm. I ended up getting a few more. It's not the trem arm. What it is because I use the same plate. The block and the plate line up, but not completely. They're just slightly off. So when I screw the trem arm in, it ends up sitting at an angle as it goes down, and then it sits like this on the body, and it's too high. So I will end up taking this block out and putting something else in, or maybe just leave it, and I'll have to see if I still have one. Maybe just leave it and hardtail it, because I've never used the trem on this anyways. For as long as I've had it, it would be nice to set it up like a good plain Strat and that, but I've mostly used it like it was hardtail. They crank the screws to the end, nearly, well, not now, like you can see, but crank the screws down tight, sit it flat on the body, and it holds tuning like crazy. It intonates absolutely perfectly. Just love this guitar. Okay, I was talking about the crown file, the frets. It did seem like down here in the lower frets, I'm starting to choke out a little bit in some of them. But it's a little hard to tell at this time because I got these hybrid strings on, and I didn't change the setup for these. I just left it from when I set it up with 10s. So the only difference is the top 3 are from like a set of 10s, and your bottom 3 are from a set of 9s. So it could be that, it could be just the frets. I will be getting radius blocks, and we'll do it up properly. I had it in to check the frets out at a store here. They told me over $400 for a new fret job, which I'm not doing. And I said that's what I paid for the guitar 21 years ago. I'm not going to spend that much again to change the frets. What I will do is start getting the parts that I need, like I mentioned before, and we're going to do a fret job on this. I don't want to start on this because I'd rather find like a beat up neck and practice on it to see if the tools are working and all that before we start ripping the frets out of this, because I don't want to ruin this. That's it. So we will go more in depth with it. I'm on my new camera. My new camera came. So I can show you up close. We got better quality going on. We got better sound quality. So we're gonna go in depth with this guitar. A lot of my others. Once I like get this all finalized, you know, like change those saddles and block and all that, and get it to where it's gonna go. I still haven't decided what to do with the pickups. I'm still kind of leaning towards putting the originals back in. I don't know. I like the looks of this. Like, look at that. Long story. Anyways, you don't need to know about any of that stuff. But it works. We'll just strum a few things right now, and then in another video we'll go like right in, check it right out. Okay, so that's that. Let's go. Alright, so there you go, quick little ditty. It wasn't choking out. So I don't know. Maybe the humidity's been up lately, so maybe that's got everything kind of settled. I've also been playing a mixture of 9s and 10s. Not like this. This is, this is 2 sets, and like this guitar here is got 9s on it. You'll see that one soon. There's another one just like it that I got recently, and I put 10s on it, and I've been swapping between the two and playing this at the same time. So maybe it's that. I can still hear the difference in the strings. I don't really feel it as much anymore, but with this guitar, with this mixed set of strings, I noticed like it's good for strumming if you're gonna play open chords in that, especially clean. Anything else, you really hear it, and you notice the mix of the 9s, the half 9s and half 10s. It just doesn't do it for me. It's like all my high end is cut. I mean, if you like less high end, maybe that's an option, but I don't know, let me see. Yeah, especially with bar chords, you can really hear it. Like you got your full thick low end, and then your high end's just missing. It's like it's not quite there. So yeah, well, we'll deep dive into it. We'll play it. We'll give it a real listen. We'll try with different amps and all that. So that's it. Stay tuned. You'll see it a lot more, and we'll definitely deep dive, get right into it, as well as all my other ones. And I got a lot of new ones to show you. We're gonna have some new stuff. We're gonna do some pickup comparisons on this. We'll probably do that video as we're working on it, and then I'll go back and I'll listen. I'll make my final decision on where she's gonna live for the rest of her life, I think, and not retire her, but stop modding her, stop poking at her. She's pretty happy the way she is now. I'm not happy with these. I mean, these do sound good. I don't want to start going into it too deep with the pickups right now, but these Duncan designs, they sound good if they were matched. With this Duncan this SH5 custom, it doesn't match up too well. Like these sound great on their own, this sounds good on its own. Mixing them or going back and forth between them, it doesn't work. So this isn't the guitar for these pickups. Though they're good, they're missing something, if that makes sense. Like they're not. First it was a volume thing, and then it was, I don't know, it seemed like they came alive, and then this bridge pickup just didn't like them anymore, and I don't know, we'll find a home for them, but yeah, they're gonna come out of here. So either the originals will go back in here, or I have another full set of single coils we'll go with. Alright, so I gotta get out of here, so have a good one, and see you again soon.